Hey guys, Bill here again. Today I want to continue to talk about enzymes. And earlier this week we talked about what enzymes do and how enzymes functions are, and example enzymes in a couple of biochemical reactions like glycolysis. Today I want to go more in depth in what enzymes do in chemical reactions and how reactants are catalyzed to form products and how the enzymes play a role in that. Let's start by looking at this diagram over here. We'll come back to this diagram because there are lots of terminologies and stuff that are going on that you guys are very confused about. So let's come back to you can look at the diagram and maybe just brainstorm, but we'll come back to this diagram because it's very significant or very important to under in understanding how the enzymes play a role in a reaction, how reactants go from products. Okay, so there's terminology. So let's start by what. Oops, sorry. Let's start by what substrate is. A substrate is a reactant in a chemical reaction which acted upon by an enzyme. Enzyme, like we talked about last week, is a bio macromolecule um, that are found in many chemical reactions, essential for our lives, humans and many animals, and just any just biochemical life. And activation site is a site on an enzyme where substrate binds and catalyzes the reaction. So we talked about catalyzing too last week. I explained the catalyze by using an example of car starting. It basically means to start. So for example, uh, to start to make a reactant to a product, you need to start up the reaction. So you need to catalyze reaction. So um, I put the Pac-Man diagram here, or a picture, to illustrate a couple of terminologies to help you guys kind of picture in your mind what substrate activation site might look like. So you can think of substrate as these little I don't know what the things are called, what Pac-Man eats, but whatever this substrate things go into enzyme. This is enzyme, okay, and go into our substrate, and it binds. So the substrate binds to enzyme, and the binding site is called activation site. Okay, so let's go back to this slide over here. We have to understand this diagram. We have to understand little biochemical reactions that occur. So so we talked about the point of the major role that enzyme plays in chemical reactions. The whole point is to help um, reactant to go from reactant to product. And in many reactions, these are sometimes harder or difficult to achieve because activation energy is too high. So we can think of. Let me give you guys analogy. So I have to climb. There's a little stick figure. So I have to climb this hill right here, right? So I can climb over that hill might be really difficult because you need a lot of energy, right? So you might use a shovel to dig through this hole to get to the bottom of the hill or above the hill to get to the product. So you can think of this shovel as enzyme, which helps to get to the product by using less energy, and therefore coming this gigantic hill that you probably don't want to go over because it takes too much energy. Just like that, Just like that, this example, you can think of this substrate. Now, since we know the terminology of substrate is, active site is, we can talk about this diagram more in depth. So, like we talked about, how the guy using a shovel, which is an enzyme, to overcome the gigantic hill to reduce energy, right? So the what enzymes do first, the substrate come and bind an active site, and the enzyme substrate complex occurs, and enzyme changes shape slightly, just slightly though, and substrate binds, of course. It's just like a puzzle, and like just like how I demonstrated in here about the Pac-Man, like kind of this enzyme over here kind of eats or binds to the substrates, and once this substrate fits right, the products are formed. So like we talked about it here with the stick figure, so what enzymes do are to help reduce energy so that reactant can go from product, which in other words, reactant can catalyze reaction to form products. Well, hopefully this video helped, and I actually forgot to mention, um, watching this video in Khan Academy, I think it would help a lot. I actually got that figure analogy or example from this video directly, and I thought it helped a lot. So make sure to check this video out if this activation energy stuff and this enzymes, how the enzymes reactions correlate to the activation energy itself. So I'll see you guys later.